730 square kilometers. That's smaller than New York City. No oil, no water, no military. Hostile neighbors on every side. And in 1965, those neighbors kicked Singapore out of Malaysia and said, "Good luck surviving." Lee Kuan Yew didn't inherit a country. He inherited a crisis. And he had one insight that would change everything. You can't build a nation on charisma. You build it on systems. Most leaders try to be the smartest person in the room. LKY built a room smarter than him. He called it institutional intelligence, systems that compound wisdom faster than individuals. Not democracy, not autocracy. Something the West didn't have a category for. Rule-guided prosperity. A meritocratic machine designed to outlive its creator. In most countries, meritocracy is a value. In Singapore, it's the operating system. Here's how it works. The controversial part. They pay ministers more than private sector CEOs. A Singapore minister makes over $1 million a year. The logic is, if you want incorruptible leadership, you can't pay peanuts and expect to compete with banking jobs. The results? Singapore's civil service is ranked number 1 globally. Number 1. Number 3 least corrupt of 180 countries. The only Asian nation in the top 10, and it held that position since 1965. Meritocracy there is measurable. When a minister's wife accepted illegal gifts in 2023, he resigned within weeks. No exceptions. The system protects itself. That's institutional intelligence. But meritocracy alone isn't enough. You need doctrine number 2. In 1965, Singapore has no fresh water. They buy it from Malaysia at extortionate rates. Malaysia threatens to cut supply as political leverage. Most countries would panic. LKY didn't solve it in 5 years. He built a 50-year plan. Reservoirs, wastewater recycling, desalination. Today, Singapore is on track for 100% water independence by 2061 through strategic patience. This is where institutional intelligence dominates. Most democracies optimize for 4-year election cycles. Singapore optimizes for 40-year generational cycles. 78% of Singaporeans live in public housing. And here's a twist. They own it. The government built HDB flats, sold them at subsidized rates. And the result? The highest home ownership rate in the developed world. People don't riot when they have equity. A couple who bought an HDB flat in 1980 for $50,000 can sell it today for $500,000. Generational wealth creation through institutional design. Dominates slow. LKY knew Singapore had one advantage: speed. They could experiment faster than neighbors. They could learn faster than anyone. Every decade, a new bet, and every bet required one thing: world-class talent. Here's what most people miss. Singapore fails constantly. They just fail quickly and adjust. In 1984, LKY proposes policy. University-educated mothers get priority in school registration. Public backlash was immediate. Policy was reversed within 3 years. The lesson? Meritocracy has its limits. In 2020, Singapore locks down hard. Cases spike in migrant worker dorms, a blind spot. They adapt in weeks with mass testing, dedicated facilities, one of the world's fastest vaccine rollouts. 92% fully vaccinated by 2020. Learn fast, fail quick, and dominate slow. That's a system. One generation, third world to first. $67,000 GDP per capita, higher than the United States. Number 1 education system. Number 3 least corrupt. Number 1 civil service. This is what compounded competence looks like. The uncomfortable truth is Singapore is not a democracy in the Western sense. Press freedom ranked 129th out of 180 countries. Political opposition exists, but rarely wins. Dissent is managed. The question Singapore forces the world to ask is democracy a prerequisite for prosperity, or are there multiple paths? LKY's bet is that prosperity creates stability. Stability creates legitimacy. Legitimacy earned through results is more durable than votes. Lee Kuan Yew died in 2015. 10 years later, Singapore still dominates. That's the test of institutional intelligence. Does the system outlive the founder? Singapore proves the thesis of learn fast, fail quick, and dominate slow. You don't need natural resources. You don't need size. You don't even need democracy, though that debate continues. What you need is doctrine, systems that compound, institutions smarter than individuals. There's a full breakdown in Chapter 10. Subscribe, but tell me, could this work where you live? Let's talk about it in the comments.